simply read a few statements, and I want you to hold up which card you feel applies based on your own opinion. By the age of 40, adults are at 3% as creative as they were at age 7. That's true. The next one, creativity and IQ are unrelated. Are unrelated. That's true. They're not related. Someone's IQ does not determine their level of creativity. Most people use only 10 to 15% of their brain power. That's false because it's less. It's actually 2 to 3%. It's believed that Einstein is the only one to ever come close to 10%. Some people are born with a creative gene and some are not. Some people are born with a creative gene and some are not. That's false. Everyone can be creative. Creativity skipped me a long time ago. Does this apply to you? Creativity skipped me a long time ago. True or false? That one's on you. Coca-Cola was originally invented as a medicine. Coca-Cola was originally invented as a... Okay, true. Ladies and gentlemen, why creativity? Companies today are changing, and a lot of them are changing so swiftly, so quickly, that some will even say some companies are gone mad. But companies are doing this to keep their competitive edge. And how do they keep their competitive edge? 1, they have to decrease costs. 2, they have to increase quality. 3, they have to increase speed. And 4, they have to learn to master innovation and creativity. A lot of people struggle with being creative inside organizations or individually because they don't give themselves permission to be creative. Because what's the first thing that comes to mind if someone walked up to you and said, I want you to be creative? What do you think they're trying to challenge you to do? Think? Good one. Be responsible? A good one. Change? Change, that's right. How many of you have ever had somebody come up to you and say, well, you wear a lot of blacks, you wear a lot of grays, you wear a lot of like bland colors. You need to add some color to your wardrobe. You need to open the drapes in your house and get new blinds and paint the walls and do something different. And a lot of people resist that, as she said. A lot of people say, no, what's wrong with my box? Even someone from this table. Go ahead.
My middle name is Ann Joe. I've been called that before instead of Joanne.
Okay.
I look like my mother. I smell like perfume. I feel like a retired person. I sound like a youngster. I taste like a chocolate eclair. And my latest adventure is becoming retired.
All right, all right, all right. Go ahead, you can do it.
My name is Nicky Five. I look like James Dean. I smell like pesto. I feel like rich Corinthian leather. I sound like a Harley engine. I taste like a fine wine. My latest adventure is a cross-country motorcycle trip with Warren Buffett, Jimmy Buffett, Elmo the Muppet, and Hells Angels.
That's creative. The creative process is a 5-step process. The first one is preparation. Preparation. Whenever you're at work, you're in a business meeting, and you need your people to think, you need them to be creative and come up with new ideas, well, you first have to prepare for them. You have to prepare for them. The idea, you know you want to have this meeting. You know you need your people to think. So you have to come up with creative ways to entice them to engage in that particular meeting. Like one of the ways, normally when I open up, rarely will you ever see me, let's hold up true and false cards. But that's just a creative idea that just hit me today at 3:30. I'm like, wow, okay. So I created the cards, I cut them out, and I said, we're going to do the true and false questions in the beginning. So you prepare. And then the next thing is incubation. Normally when you come up with an idea, how many of you have ever come up with an idea, a project at home, where you didn't dive right into it? You thought you were going to do it, and you prepared for it. But it may not have happened until the weekend, or the following weekend, or you may say, well, when the weather breaks, that's when I'm going to do it. So the idea is incubating while you're getting all the pieces together, while you're trying to turn it around and look at it from different angles. When it comes to creativity, oftentimes people who don't want to be creative or who don't see themselves as being creative, 9 times out of 10, they're in one or more of these 9 boxes. The first one is the time trap box. Time trap means I don't have time to be creative. My world is cool the way it is. I don't want to disrupt it the way it is. So I don't have time to be creative. I have too many things to do, too many responsibilities at work. I wear multiple hats. I'm always going. I don't get any break, so I don't have time. Then risky business. The risky business trap is when a person feels that when it comes to being creative at work, it's risky business. It creates weird ideas. It creates work for people. So because of that, it's risky business, and I don't want to turn that switch on, because once I turn it on, I have more than I can handle. The next one, environment pollution. Environment pollution. Sometimes when you have people that work in positions like accounting, what else? I mean, even sometimes in your position, you may feel that it's not an environment that's conducive to creativity. You feel like, well, we don't have to be creative. We pretty much just have process, procedures, and policies to follow. We got to get the acquisitions in. We got to order supplies and do things like that. But you can still, this quote by Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss says, today you are youer than you, truer than true. There's no one alive who is youer than you. I mean, that's what life is all about. Be unique. Be unique in your own creativity. Be unique in your own innovation. Be unique in your contribution to life, to giving back. And then don't just sit there, be creative. So it's been a treat and a pleasure, an experience beyond measure to share this time with you all today. And I encourage and empower each and every one of you to discover and unleash your creative genius. Thank you for your time.